Kyle, thank you so much for that information. Let me just recap what I heard just to make sure that we're on the same page. Right now you're having some difficulty chasing down reports, and from a communication standpoint, you're not getting exactly what you need.
Right.
Is that right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Also, you have some cases that you believe are going on a little bit too long, and some of your employees have been taken off work when you feel that really you can accommodate any kind of light duty, and you probably could have accommodated them within your workplace. Is that right?
That's correct.
Okay, is there anything that I missed on that?
No, I think you got that.
Okay. Well, let me speak to you a little bit about what Concentra's been working on that will specifically help you with these issues and help to address those. So Concentra's been in business for over 30 plus years. We're constantly looking at improving our customer service, our service processes, the way we do business. So in order for us to do that, we really had to understand, what does good look like? What does a best-in-class occupational health program look like? So we went out and talked to employers like yourself in the form of over 60 focus groups across the nation. We got some really great information from them. We decided to take it to the next level and see what the experts were saying in the form of journals and articles in our industry. We also have an expert internally in Dr. Fogarty that regularly contributes to these articles, and so he's a great resource as well.
Okay.
We were able to take all of that information and put together a top 10 list of what every employer should have to have a best-in-class occupational health program. Now, when you look at this is a template that you can expect not just from Concentra, but from any provider that you choose. Now, you said you had some difficulty with employees being taken off work. Mm-hmm. Now, it falls right here. You're right in line with what the experts are saying a company needs to have a best-in-class program. Also, you said you're having some trouble chasing down reports and getting the communication that you need. That's right here, structure to manage a communication program, a comprehensive communication program that's easy to use.
Okay.
I would argue that these two also can relate up to this element up here about having a physician relationship, understand your business is going to affect both of these things as well.
Yeah.
Now, when Concentra took a look at this and we looked at ourselves in the mirror, we said, hey, you know what? We aren't the best at this. So what can we do in order to drive these results into our centers and be able to provide a solution to employers and be able to explain it to ourselves, both internally to our staff and externally to employers like you? So what we did is we came up with a 4-key ecosystem. What that is employer engagement, patient engagement, clear communication, and quality medical outcomes.
Okay.
Now, employer engagement, really what that is how do we engage with you? Do we understand your business? Do you have a relationship with our physician, and do your employees understand how to access care? Okay. Patient engagement, how are your employees treated when they come into the center? Are they treated to a welcoming environment? Are they getting respectful care, skillful care? Is it a one-stop shop? Is it one facility for ease of use? Clear communication, do you have a comprehensive communication program that's going to provide transparency into our treatment patterns and also give you some control in what you're trying to do? Quality medical outcomes, does your philosophy match up with the philosophy that we have as a provider? Do we have the expertise in occupational medicine to provide that? And do you understand who to speak to when you have a question? We want you to have open access to our clinicians.
Okay.
Now, based on what I've circled, the two that I really want to focus on today is clear communication and quality medical outcomes.
Okay.
I think that's going to address most of your frustrations. Are you with me so
Yeah.
far?
Yeah.
Okay. So let's look at clear communications. Now, Concentra has a fantastic system that we can provide you with electronic reports that show you what is happening with each individual case. This is what they look like. They're fully typed out. They can be delivered either via email or through secure fax.
Okay.
So this is an example of an activity status report.
Okay.
It's going to show which employee came in, how long were they in our center, do we have appropriate restrictions based on your return to work philosophy, and is there any additional follow-up visits? We have the same thing for drug screens just to make sure that they showed up. We have reports that will, if someone misses an appointment, you'll know, so that on your end you can say, hey, you missed your appointment. What we're trying to do is really give you ultimate control. This is going to be a system that shows you every step of the way through a case what is going on.
Oh, okay.
Ultimately, that's designed to help you control your cases and save you money overall. Now, an additional piece to this that is vital is what we call a utilization report. And it looks something like this. Now this would be specific to your company, and this is a look at a quarter's worth of data. And it actually shows what it's going to do is show you some data that compares your company to Concentra as a nation, but also your company year over year. What I think is most important is going to give you some data about your population and the types of injuries that you have. But what's most important is the actual utilization. We want to be transparent in the average amount of visits it's taking for cases based on body parts, right? Okay. We want to be transparent in this piece. Also, we want to look at the return to work management. You said you can accommodate light duty. We want to make sure that from a return to work standpoint, that you know how many cases were taken off duty, how many were put on limited duty, how many were on regular duty, and how does it look over prior year. Really, what this is designed to do, like I said, is to show transparency into our treatment patterns, but also help you identify trends within your own company on, hey, is there some outlier cases that we could help you with? Our back injuries on the rise. It's going to give you that comparison year over year and really help you control your case. The benefit to you is it really puts you in the driver's seat and really helps you have a comprehensive communication package.
Right.
Any questions so far on that piece?
This I can use this as part of my presentation that I give quarterly to my management team on injury care that I have. If I can use that, and I can use that tool.
Great, fantastic. We can provide this to you quarterly. This is something that we can automatically send your way, and we can even sit down and review it together to make sure that there aren't any outliers that we can bring our providers into and discuss.
I'd like that because there may be a bad case you have that's going to affect the numbers. So that'd be great.
Perfect. Okay. Well, let's move on to quality medical outcomes, and what this really speaks to is our philosophy. I discussed in the beginning our philosophy, and it's aggressive return to work. We want to get your employees back to work as quickly as possible, as cost effectively as possible, and with the least amount of risk of re-injury. You accommodate light duty, and that fits in very well with what we do. Our clinicians are very highly trained, and are experts in this type of medicine that results in typically a 33% reduction in overall cost per claim as reported by a third-party administrator. We also give very specific training to our physicians so that they understand this piece. You know what to expect. I think it's very important for you to understand our philosophy, and does it align with your philosophy? And from what we've spoken, it sounds like it does. Now, with this piece, one other piece that I want to touch on, and let's go back to the top 10 must-haves, is that relationship with the physician and building the physician relationship, because I think he or she is a very key player in giving you this expertise and outcomes.
Right.
So, I believe I've addressed your concerns, but is there anything that I've missed, any questions or concerns that I could go into more detail with?
No, I think I have a good feel for what you guys offer, and I think I'm good.
Okay. Well, really, as the only occupational health provider in Denver that is truly focused on delivering a best-in-class occupational health program, I believe that we're a good fit, and I'd like to set up your account. But in addition to that, the part that I think is so important is to have our physician come out and tour your facility to really understand what your employees are doing and really understand your philosophy, so he's giving appropriate restrictions, and we can really work that out.
Yeah, we can address return to work and what that looks like in our facility when it comes out.
Okay, sounds great. Well, let's set up your account, but let's look at doing a physician tour, maybe potentially. How about Thursday at 11 or next Tuesday at 10?
Let me see. This is next Tuesday. Let's go next week, Tuesday at 10.
Sounds great. Appreciate your time.
All right.
Thanks.
Thank you.